Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I thought today that I would bring you on a little vloggy as well as like a little sit down chatty section, basically just about how to level up your life and healthy habits that you can include in your life in 2026 this year to just improve your life, and like the things that I am going to be doing that also make me feel my best. And I just thought I wanted to share them with you guys in case you wanted to know. But I've actually just been to the gym. I've done my whole morning routine, been to the gym. I was gonna chat to you before the gym, but it was just so pitch black outside that I just thought that I would wait to intro this vlog until after my session. But I'm gonna insert my session now. I did glutes and hamstrings. It's currently Monday and I had a really good workout. But yeah, workout is done and I'm gonna head home now. I need to properly have my breakfast. I had like a snack before the gym. I had a protein bar and some toast, but we ran out of eggs, so I'm gonna have to go get some now so that I can have them for my breakfast. But yeah, it is a very gloomy day today in Manchester, guys. But I have a busy day with work, so I'm excited to just get back home, get stuck in. I need to get myself ready for the day. And yeah, I thought I'd bring you guys along. So yeah, I'll see you guys at home for breakfast and coffee. I'm all ready for the day now, guys, and I feel ready to have a productive day. I always just feel so much more ready to get stuck into my day when I feel more put together and I feel more confident in myself. I feel like there's just something psychological with us girls that like that must be proven, surely. Like surely that is actually a proven fact that you work better when you feel better. But I just thought that I would put in a little sit down section within this video about healthy habits that you can implement into your life to basically improve your life this year if you don't do them already. And I'm not saying that everybody has to do these things. I'm just gonna tell you guys the things that I do that I feel have improved my life and my quality of life since doing these things, and just some things that I would recommend that you do basically. My first one, I feel like I just talk about this one all the time, but that is to create a positive and consistent morning and evening routine. Your mornings and evenings really do set up your day, whether that is the next day or the day that you're currently in, if it is in the morning. And whether your morning or evening is good or bad, I feel like really influences the trajectory of your entire day. And if you are having a bad morning or you've had a really bad evening, I feel like you are then automatically more likely going to have a bad day, which obviously we don't want. You know, say you wake up really late and you just go on your phone straight away, you're putting yourself in a bad mood, you're automatically setting yourself up for a bad day. So making sure that you create a positive morning routine that works for your schedule. I'm not saying that you need to, you know, get up at 5 a.m. and do all of this stuff at 5 a.m. You don't need to do that. Just find a morning and evening routine that suits you and your schedule and that is sustainable for you to keep up with for the long term, whether that is going to bed at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. or even maybe 12 a.m. if you're a night owl. Just, I would recommend making sure that you get at least 7 hours sleep, but I would recommend 8. I always try and get 8 hours of sleep every night. And that is just what makes me feel my best, when I have that sleep and when my morning and evening routine is consistent, and heavy on the consistency as well, because you could have one day of getting up at 5 a.m. or having a really productive morning and then you just go back to how you were before and it doesn't really change things. It doesn't change your life and you don't see positive progression throughout your life from one morning or evening of changing things up. So try and make sure that you are doing it consistently and that it fits your schedule and your routine. Eating a healthy and balanced diet, we all know that what we put into our bodies is so important, and arguably more important than any exercise or anything that you will do. There's just something about eating healthy, eating foods that are good for you, that just makes you feel better than nothing else really does, to be honest. Even if maybe you cannot go to training or something for a long period of time for whatever reason, I feel like if you have your nutrition on point and you are eating foods that are good for your body and make you feel good, you are going to feel good regardless of whether you can fully stick to your routine or not. You've still got something there that you can control in your routine that is going to make you feel good. And you really also cannot out-train a bad diet. I say this all the time, but you could be on the best workout program in the world, you could be increasing your numbers and doing all of this in the gym, but if you are not fueling your body and eating the correct diet for your goals and just eating good foods and a balanced diet, you are not going to be able to make the most progress that you possibly can, and you are going to be able to feel it internally and realize that you are not feeling the best that you possibly can. Third habit would be to move your body daily, and obviously I don't mean this in terms of like the gym, I just mean like get yourself out for a walk, or yeah, mainly a walk is what I'm saying. I would try and, whatever your step goal is or whatever, just try and get yourself outside every day for even just at least half an hour to go for a walk, or even if you do different forms of exercise. Obviously I wouldn't recommend lifting weights 7 days a week, so maybe if you did a class or something daily, just make sure you're doing something every day to move your body and you're not just sitting on your bum all day long. I promise it will boost your mood, and especially if you are getting outside for like a walk, even just getting outside in the fresh air will increase your mood and your productivity so much. We're also going to be limiting negative self-talk. Now, I feel like I talk about this quite a lot as well, but not everything has to do with your body, your exercise, and how you look. Like a lot of the things and a lot of my goals that I'm taking into 2026 and habits that I want to take with me into 2026 are actually mental and psychological, and are going to help me up here basically. And I feel like we can all agree on that is like the most important thing really. Like no physical goal of yours is more important than your mental health. And we are not talking bad about ourselves this year. I mean, we're not talking about bad about ourselves, period, full stop, but I just feel like social media, with social media obviously being so like, there's just so much noise, and it is so easy to talk badly about yourself and compare yourself to other people. And trust me when I tell you that not everything is as perfect as it seems online. Like, coming from somebody that is in the industry, that knows a lot of people in the industry and everything like that, I promise you nothing is ever as perfect as it looks online. So don't compare your life or your body or your routine or anything to anybody's online. Like, it'll only make you feel worse, and we're not doing that this year. We're focusing on ourselves, and the only way that you can fully progress and maximize your self-growth is by putting yourself as your number one and limiting outside noise and negative self-talk about yourself by comparing it to other people. My fifth habit would be to stop doom scrolling. I'm pretty sure this is probably something that we're all trying to stop doing this year, and don't get me wrong, I love a scroll and a doom scroll as much as the next person, and I still think that we can do that, you know. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to doom scroll at all, you know, we're only human. But I just mean to limit it, and maybe if you catch yourself doom scrolling in the day when you're trying to be productive, maybe just ask yourself why you're doing that and think about what you can do to prevent yourself from doing that. For example, maybe just put your phone out of the room to prevent yourself from scrolling, or set like a focus setting on your phone. If you put you can create like a work setting on your phone where you limit your usage of other apps whilst you're doing that certain task, so it stops you from going on like social media like Instagram or TikTok. Maybe do something like that if you don't trust yourself to stop scrolling. And then in the morning and the evening, for example, I know that the mornings and the evenings are probably the time that people doom scroll the most. Like, for example, at night I read my book instead, and I don't find myself wanting to doom scroll. I don't think like, oh, I wish I was doom scrolling right now. I actually don't even think about it at all, because I enjoy my book so much. I'm just like, you know, I'd rather be reading my book, and I put my phone at the other end of the room at night, so like it's just not even up for negotiation. Like, that is on charge, it's turned off, and I'm not thinking about it. And then in the morning I also just don't go on my phone, and I mean, I'm getting myself ready for the gym and stuff anyway, so I don't really find myself wanting to doom scroll. But if maybe it's my rest day morning, I will again read my book or something, and I feel like that is a good preventative method for me to not scroll. Try and distract yourself with other things. And genuinely, what I've been doing for like the past week, and a goal for mine to continue doing this year, is not going on my phone even till after I've got back from the gym in the morning. And I've been putting my phone on do not disturb whilst I'm training, because I found that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people do this, but during my rest periods and between my sets, I was just going on my phone, and then obviously probably resting for way longer than I actually should have been, and it was making my workouts, for one, not as intense as they should be, and it was taking my focus actually away from my session and making me think about other things. Say I see something about work that's just, I don't know, pissed me off or made me annoyed or like put me in a bad mood, that is then gonna affect my session. Whereas if I can't even get messages, I'm on do not disturb, then, you know, I'm none the wiser. Ignorance is bliss. And I feel like that is the best time to be not in the know with everything, especially when you're like training. That is a time for just you, and to like pour time into yourself and work on yourself. You don't need to be hearing all of the outside noise from work or whatever. So that is what I've been doing for the past week as well, and it has really been helping me just really lock in my sessions that much more. I'm also going to be time blocking my work to ensure maximum productivity. This is something that I have actually been doing, I would say probably for the whole of 2025 as well, and something that I was really passionate about putting in That Girl Journals, the journal that I created. I wanted to make sure that there was a section to be able to time block your day. I personally find that really helpful. I know that a lot of people do as well, where you actually write down a time for every single task that you need to get done in the day, and then with a tick box on the end of it. So I feel like it just helps me stay on track. It could get to like 1 p.m, for example, and I'm like, okay, have I done everything on my to-do list that I needed to do before 1 p.m? And if not, we need to reassess, you know, and I need to maybe switch things up in my schedule to ensure that I am making sure that I get everything done before that time. I just think it's really, really good for time management and organisation, especially if you are self-employed like me. Obviously I am my own boss, so I need to create my own schedule, my own time schedule, and that just really helps me personally, making sure that I'm on top of timings, getting everything done when it needs to get done. I kind of already touched on this, but create routines that you can keep. Make sure that all of these goals and things that you want to do are sustainable for you and your routine. You'll see so many different schedules online on Instagram and TikTok and everything like that, and you might think, oh, like, why am I not doing that? Oh, maybe I should do this, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, you actually just need to sit down with yourself and think, is this attainable and achievable for my routine, or is it not? And what can I do to fit into my routine? For example, I know that my routine is probably not feasible for a lot of people to do in their routine, and I understand that, and that is what works for my life. And if it's not what works for your life, that is absolutely fine. You can figure out something that works for your life and works for your schedule so that you can keep up with it for a long period of time. And lastly, we are going to be celebrating small wins. I feel like there's such a huge like hustle culture lately, like in this day and age in social media, like the hustle culture is massive, and you feel like maybe small wins are not as significant, and that you can only celebrate the huge big wins because you're comparing these wins to so many other people's big wins, and you're like, oh well, that win is not big enough for me to celebrate, you know? But it is the small wins that you do every single day that are gonna add up and amount up to the big goal that you want to achieve and that you want to get to. And I just think it's so important to just celebrate the small things, and it's just a reminder that you are on the right track, you are on the right path, you are putting in the work, and it is paying off, whether that's getting to that end goal or whether that is just doing the small things every single day. That is basically just proof that you are sticking to the promises that you've set for yourself. I think it's so important to acknowledge that you're even doing those things and be proud of that, because it's going to make your journey a whole lot more positive, and you're going to feel a whole lot less pressure on yourself when you're celebrating the small wins rather than just waiting for the big huge wins to celebrate and being hard on yourself if you are not hitting those straight away. Those are the healthy habits that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I hope this was helpful, and I just want to basically remind you that in 2026 we are doing what is working for us personally. We are working with our routine, not against it, and there are so many things that we can do daily to ensure that we are being our best selves, becoming our best selves, and reaching the goals that we want to reach, whatever they are. So let me know if you have any specific habits that you are going to be sticking to in 2026. I would love to know. I always find it super interesting, and I just love chatting to you, especially at the start of a new year. I love seeing what people's goals are, like what their habits are, what they want to achieve and all that. I just think it's super inspiring and motivating, and I hope that this hopefully motivated you and just gave you that reminder that it's not all about the one big habit that's going to lead us to the big end goal. It's the little things that we do every single day that add up the small wins to get to that big win. But I'm gonna end this video here, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I brought you along on my morning and obviously did this little sit down chatty section. It is a Monday and I'm ready for a brand new productive week. I've got a lot to do today, and I just wanted to make sure that I had this sit down section filmed for you because I want my content to be as helpful and motivational as possible, especially in January. I know that things can feel very overwhelming and I don't want it to feel overwhelming at all. So I hope that this helped you guys, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week for a new video. Bye.